Today, we are ranking the best goalkeepers in all of FC24. Welcome back to Pick 10. I'm joined by a friend of the channel, and it's been a long time. We have Fuji in action, and we're doing this live on stream.
What's going on, boys?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. You give me the breakdown, everything. I understand the rules.
Okay, I gotta let people know at home. These are the rules. Must be a goalkeeper. We have alternating picks. You cannot repeat players. And in this case, we have unlimited budgets because we're changing it up because it's goalkeepers. We don't have a cheap section and we don't have an expensive section. It's all inclusive. And as per usual, the guest gets to begin.
I'm going for someone that's just been released, a brand new card that I've played a handful of games, but I think it's going to be a goalkeeper that will be slept on, and it is the Path to Glory Euro version of Oblak. Now, he's reminded me very similar to, I'm going to mention his name. It's like a Testegen inform. Very similar with the way he saves with his feet. And I think Oblak is one of these cards that you're going to want to pick up at least. Because for the majority of the most recent promo cards, for the goalkeepers especially, they're discard. They don't go for anything, so a lot of these players just slept on. So Oblak for me, absolutely. He comes in at my fifth spot.
Well, maybe your first spot in this case, technically.
Well, first spot.
I had him on my short list. The only critique that I have with Oblak is I haven't played against him or with him a lot. I just picked him up, brand new iteration. And I don't know if you feel like this, but with goalkeepers in particular, sometimes I need some more time. It doesn't mean I won't take a chance, but I want to see what happens over the course of 3-4 weeks.
Not only just for goalkeepers, but in general for players. I get asked instantly, I need a full weekend league, maybe even more so. Yeah, Foot Champions playoffs and a weekend league to really, figure out if he's going to be the one for the foreseeable future.
Sometimes you have to be tested, if that makes sense. I need to know under pressure that you're good to go. Not when I was just playing against my friends or a draft game mode. I need that full Foot Champs. I need that sweat. I'm not encouraging it, but it gives me a better gauge of what we're talking about. Okay, if you're going, I'm just hoping that you don't go with my next selection. Okay, I got a plan. I've laid it out. I've seen where you started. I've got a plan. I'm going to go with good old trusted Van der Sar. I've trusted over the course of 5-6 years. He's been the main man for us. We're going to take the 92.
I was just about to say, which version?
Probably played more games with the Thunderstruck, but I'm still going to take the upgrade because that's who I've been using now. I made the flip.
Yeah, for me, I couldn't get on with the Thunderstruck version of him, but the Foot Birthday, yeah, he's pretty nice. He was on my list at number 3.
Okay. I'm curious who we go here because I think there's a few that got to come off the board. Who's number 2 for you?
All right, number 2 is Iker Casillas. Now, this is an absolute throwback, right? A flashback to his Thunderstruck. Every other Ultimate team, I've hated him just purely off of his height, but it was one of those where I opened up one of those player picks, hit a Casillas thinking, nah, I don't even want to use the guy, had 2 or 3 games and instantly made an improvement and a noticeable difference as well. And it's some of the best saves I think I've seen, period, of any goalkeeper I've used on Ultimate Team this year. But Casillas, genuinely, he is just amazing. Absolutely up there. Has to be second. Has to be. Even though I don't use him at this time or this stage of the game, he's got to be there. 100%.
We could have transitioned this into an Elgato sponsorship with the cap, but he was the player that we talked about before we went live, that there's one guy that I wish he was better for me. He's good. This is Casillas, but going up against Casillas this year, specifically the 92, once he got that upgrade, I don't know what happened, but it's just different. He saves everything.
He really is that good. He's fantastic against me, but just for me, it took even for my community to realize how good he was. They weren't taking my opinion or taking me for face value. They were they were skeptical at first, but you try out that Casillas, maybe not so much now like a stress, but he was him for a period of time.
I still think he's good to go now. I really do. I still go up against him and I still have the same type of feelings of lack of confidence in being able to convert an opportunity. And to your point as well, every single year I would stay away from Casillas just based on the sheer size. We always needed a big goalkeeper. This is the first year that I can think about him being this dominant.
For sure. Yeah, no, it is. It's the best.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go next, and I'm not sure where you had him listed, but I loved his, I think it was a road to the finals item with Donnarumma that was upgrading.
Oh, okay.
And I've gone to go ahead and taken his team of the season. That Donnarumma, the earlier iteration, was my favorite goalkeeper for a long period of time. Now that he's got the upgrade, he's still making me feel more confident than ever. I don't know about you, but I feel like if I concede some sort of penalty kick or a set piece, or if I'm going to penalty kicks, if I've got Donnarumma in goal, I think I got a little bit of an edge. I don't know if it's real or not, but that's how I feel.
I don't know. He's a big guy, but no, I did have him on my list as well, coming in at number 4. Say what you want and call me crazy, but I had Donnarumma being played on 1-on-2 chemistry, and I'm not kidding you, but he seemed like he played better on 2 than he did on 3. I don't know if it's just the time that you're playing or whatever, just one of those days. Maybe it's in my head. But Donnarumma, yeah, I feel like he's a fantastic shot stopper, and he was on my list, yeah. Maybe a little bit suspect when it comes to handling, but shot stopping, unbelievable.
The way that people are abusing power shots for corner kicks right now, I don't think any of the goalkeepers are catching those.
No way. Or the flick up volleys.
Yeah, the flick up. Well, I just came from doing some of the pro scene events a couple weeks ago, and the amount of circumstances where I could tell they were just shooting for the corner to get to that set piece.
The mechanics are on a different level when it comes to that. Like pro scene, it's just unbelievable.
Midway point.
All right, this is the one that we spoke about a little bit earlier. A goalkeeper that isn't necessarily like amazing for me, even though he's playable, but absolutely just so annoying to come up against, and it is Yashin. It's Yashin. Well, I put him down as the honorable mentions, but which version of Yashin is it? I think it's the...
Does he only have 2 versions, though? I thought he had the 92, and then the other one was the center back. I thought he only had a couple versions in the game. I could be wrong.
No, that's probably what's throwing me off. The fact that, yeah, there's only one. That's what it is then. It's because he came out as a center back. So it's only the 92. So it's only one goalkeeper, and it's Yashin. And I swear to God, this guy... Maybe not so much these days because everyone's moved over to, you know, another goalkeeper that hasn't been mentioned yet. But Yashin just... He's just got something. He's got something against me. He's literally my kryptonite. He's got something personal. Like the amount of games that I've lost purely because Yashin's kept my opponents in it. Like I can't forgive him. Nothing will forgive that.
Could be the hat.
Got some, yeah, special powers in that one.
I don't know if you ever think like this, and it could be a rude Hullet effect, but if I have a player that's got a big body type and long hair, especially in the midfield, I always think of him taking up space. And if I see long hair on the pitch, I'm saying I might want to stay away. Yeah, there's something there. I don't know what it is. He went from 6'4" to 6'6". I'm not sure.
No, I get you.
I think it might be an elephant in the room. Didn't expect this individual to drop to I guess the 6th choice technically, but Petr Cech, I mean, he's been reliable. He's been consistent. Positioning is good. Body type is good. You know, technically has a helmet, so we've kind of gone back to back with some headgear. I got a lot of trust in him. I don't like going up against him. And again, he kind of fits the mode or the meta for the type of goalkeeper that you would want.
It's got to be the team of the year version, right?
Correct, yes.
Now, he's the best goalkeeper on the game. Like, for me, I was going to say, like, nobody comes clear, but that's kind of wrong to say because, you know, there are a few goalkeepers that, you know, give him a run for his money. But Petr Cech, he is built a bit different. Like, it's the ones that you just don't really expect. That's what, in my opinion, makes a good goalkeeper. When you've completely failed your defending and you've already accepted, right, that's a goal, and he comes up, big man, big saves with his feet, whatever. Like, he does everything he needs to do. Like, he is, without a doubt, overall for me, number 1.
Then why didn't you take him? You had the first choice.
I know I should have done, but I thought I'd give you a chance a little bit. Give you a chance.
Okay. You guys can let us know in the comments where you agree more or less between our goalkeeper selections. But okay, Petr Cech. I'm telling you, dropping to number 6, I didn't think it was going to happen.
Okay. All right. This one is just for old time's sake because he was one of the first goalkeepers that actually resembles a little bit that Casillas approach, and it is Alisson. Alisson, back at the start of the game, was one of the most reliable goalkeepers. Incredible. Like, team of the season, team of the year, that there's a lot of, like, iterations of his card. But I would say I would go ahead with his team of the season just to be a little bit more, like, trustworthy, like a newer version on the game. If you are coming up against those rats that are going to be putting it over the top, Alisson's your man just to get off his line. So
you're going with the team of the season, not the higher rated team of the year.
I would much rather go for the one that's more, like, relevant or more recent.
More recent would be team of the season. Yeah.
Team of the season for me.
I think this is maybe the first time that we've seen team of the season items lower rated than team of the year. I feel like if anything, they'd always been the same. Maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like they were always at least the same rating.
This might be a bad take, but I don't trust any of the team of the year goalkeepers. I don't think there's been one single goalkeeper that I've liked on an ultimate team. I don't think the goalkeepers have been them. Even Donnarumma, when was the year that Donnarumma received the team of the year, and he was tragic in game.
I don't think it's a hot take. I'd say there's some validity with that. I would even argue maybe this is more recent, this year, the previous year. Some of the promos, and I don't know where you fall on this, later promos, for whatever reason, some of the older players, even if the ratings from previous promos are similar, the stats aren't statting properly.
No, I agree. No, I agree.
That shouldn't have been the case. Another brand new item. I just started using them. Full disclaimer. I'd like more time with them, but I'm going to take that brand spanking new Schmeichel, the 96. And I liked his previous iterations, even though they weren't being used, a previous iteration. But now with the big upgrade, I've got him. He's been going into motion. Looks good thus far.
I even didn't mind his other versions as well. People were mentioning or suggesting that he was one of the better goalkeepers at the time. I played it for a few matches. I mean, I liked what I saw, but couldn't really take over like Petr Cech, Casillas, not those types of guys, no.
I mean, I think that's fair with especially with the 89. So his previous item on a similar level, but I wouldn't say he was better than, to your point, the Casillas or the Petr Cech, as we saw those releases kind of come into their own. All right, where are you taking us for our final selection, or your final selection?
Now, this is more of like one of these surprises. I think I did mention him a little bit earlier. In-form version of ter Stegen. The first time I've ever experienced this card was in the draft, and his saves with the feet was one thing that just completely shocked me and surprised me. And I've never gone out my way to like honor that and use him in my weekend league run or a division rivals elite division grind or anything like that. And I don't know why, but ter Stegen genuinely was very, very good. And he has to be mentioned. He's got to be in the list. Even my chat right now is saying never used him. Ter Stegen, trust me, inform ter Stegen. He gives me that vibe of like the Oblak that I mentioned a little bit earlier as well. Like there's just something about inform ter Stegen. Maybe not so much these days, but at that time he was really OP.
I just don't think goalkeepers die out the same way. No, I'd agree with you. I use that inform ter Stegen. He was much better than the rare gold. Why? I don't know. Because it's not a big enough stat jump or shift to really warrant a big difference, well, but he did. I actually had him on my short list, which might be a surprise to you. And because you went with someone that's out of the ordinary, I'd like to close us up or close us out with a similar choice. I doubt that you would have had him. I'm going with an inform as well. I love this individual. I've really built it up here. And we're going with Areola, who has a couple informs. We're going to go with the 88 overall inform. But I just think he's always got a great body type. He's kind of got history of being overpowered, even if you want to track back to previous years and iterations.
I genuinely don't think there's been an ultimate team with him being bad at the start of the game. He's always been like someone you'd play in like an overpowered team. So absolutely. I've got one more honorable mention that I just want to throw in.
Let's throw some honorable mentions in. Let's go. I've got a list of a few guys. So go ahead.
The Reese. Remember his SBC that got dropped on the game?
91 overall.
Yeah, the 91 overall card. I used him for a few games and I liked what I saw, but he was one of those goalkeepers similar to the Yashin, where if I came up against him, it'd cause me problems, and he was very, very annoying. So those are the two main guys against me. Yashin, Lloris were top quality.
Kobel, I enjoyed using that team of the season item, so I'd probably go to the Bundesliga and make for me I liked him, so I'd probably give him some minutes. Maybe Szczesny. I thought Szczesny was pretty good.
He's always good actually, Szczesny, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't get chosen, I think, because maybe the off links or you're not going Serie A, but I liked him. I've had a good experience, and he just got a new item. I haven't made the pickup, but I like Dudek's 88.
Oh, I've got mixed opinions on Dudek.
He just got a new item. I think, what was the...
Got Grace of the Game.
But I haven't used him. I might be an objective. I have to look through, but I haven't seen him. I haven't used him personally, so I didn't want to put him into the list. But I really liked his 88 overall, so I'm sure the 94 would maybe make it into some discussion point, potentially even a top 5 for me. That wraps us up. You guys can let us know in the comment section. If you have not subscribed to Fuji, I would highly recommend you do so.
Thank you.
You're also live all the time.
We live on
like
Twitch,
I said,
always.
First time we ever did this was first episode ever done live. So you are a part of that. We're making history. But we appreciate you guys for watching, and I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.